Hi, I'm Ken, and I'd like to talk to you for a minute about some new oxygen tanks that we're seeing today, January 11th, here at ILH. This is very much like our old oxygen tanks with some great 21st century upgrades. As you can see, the regulator itself has a digital display, and right now, even though the tank is turned off, it is telling me that it's full. It's at about 1900, which this is a 2,000 pound tank. 2000 PSI tank, and 1900 is still going to register as full, as you can see there on the display. When I go to turn it on here, you can see it's got clear indication on how to turn it open or close. I'm going to open it, and you can hear that it beeps one time when it's open, and then if closed, it beeps two times with the second beep a little bit longer. So I'm going to reopen. You hear that one beep. And then the gauge over here will start to calculate, actually tell you the actual volume. And at our current rate, we have about 1,854 pounds PSI in here. And then it begins to display this word alternatively with the PSI, CLC, CALC, or calculating. It's calculating how much would be left on the tank, how much time would be left on the tank at this PSI. So again, Amanda made a great video a couple weeks ago just giving a review on the basic use of one of these size tanks. Whenever attaching a patient, you want to open the tank. After opening the crack part of the tank, you want to open the valve on the tank to the level of oxygen that you want to deliver. So if I turn this to 6 liters a minute, I can hear that oxygen coming out. I want to do that before attaching the tubing because that really sometimes silences the tank and it's hard to tell if anything is flowing from the tank. We want to know prior to attaching the patient tubing that has a good volume coming out of it. Again, this takes a moment to calculate, but it's gonna keep going back and forth between that 1800 or so as it goes down. And it takes a minute or two, but once it comes to its calculated point, it will give us hours and minutes left on the tank at our current flow rate. Ta-da. Still calculating.
1,832.
Give it just another moment. Steadily going down, and now it has calculated that at 1,826 PSI, flowing at 6 liters per minute, we have 1 hour and 36 minutes left until this tank reaches empty. At that point, this will alarm. It makes an audible alarm once it gets down to 1/4, which we consider empty, anything less than 500 PSI. That 500 PSI is going to give you at least a few minutes to change over to a new tank before this extinguishes all of the oxygen in it. But again, it will alarm, and to silence that alarm, you have a silence alarm button right here. As you can see, indicated with the alarm symbol, you just press that to silence the alarm. A couple other things on the display here. This will light up if it's alarming, and this is a battery indicator. In our contract with Roberts Oxygen, they check the battery each time the tank is refilled, so we should never see any issues with batteries. If you do find a tank that has a battery regulator issue, please take it out of service, write a safety always, and make sure that Biomed is involved. Thank you very much.